Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to another FxEdge Power Hour. I am Marcello Ducille. Today is February 26, 2013. I'm going to do today what I've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our strategies, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time close of our daily bars and our 4-hour bars. Now, why do we do this? We do this because we find that they give us a higher probability of success from a swing trading perspective. So let's go ahead and get started here. We've got quite a bit to talk about, and today is actually pretty much a non-event. We actually had a doji form, almost a perfect doji form on the euro dollar today. So we had an open at 1.3060 and we had a close at 1.30599. Doesn't get much closer than that. Really, it just shows that the market is really paused right here on this 200 MA. You can see the 200 MA is at 1.3054. So, we knew that we're at a very strong area of support here. Number one, the 1.3050 area was going to be strong as we approach the 1.3 handle, period. The 1.3000 is a very, very strong area. 130. So you've got to look for that. Of course, we're sitting right on a Fibonacci at 61.8 fib of the total previous move to the upside. So there's quite a bit of support here, and we really did test it. We went down, had a low of 130.17. You can see here that we've got our support level set at 130.10. So we did come very close to it. Price goes ahead and retraces. Honestly, on the day, there really wasn't much to do, and I personally didn't take any new trades today. Actually, I did. I took one at the top, realizing that we were in a consolidation, and I did make a little bit of money there as far as that's concerned, about 1.5%. But it was really a non-trading event day or whatever as far as from a day trading standpoint. Now, from looking at the swing trading standpoint, we had we were basically looking at, and guys, by the way, I had drawn here basically there's a underlying trend line that we're kind of running through right now. You can see it, and we're kind of sitting on that area, and that area does coincide with that 1.3050 area. So if you look here, if we really do have kind of a triangle formation that's beginning to unfold here, and if we even get one more day, we're right in the apex of that triangle. So we should be looking for tomorrow or the day after, we should be looking for some major explosive movement, a continuation in one direction or the other, because according to this, we are in an apex of that triangle, and that's a very, very important area. So bam. All right, so here's what I'm looking for, coming up. We're looking for a retest of perhaps this trend line up here. We could see price continue to move down and then retest that 130 area. And so those are our two zones that we're going to look for play in between, and we could see a breakout wherever that breakout does occur. If it does occur out of this apex, if the market is looking at that apex, this flag here, then we could very well see price really continue to move in that direction, and we can look for a continuation in whatever direction that is. Right now, we still have a sell bias. We don't have a STP euro dollar trade available to us. All right, so let's take a look at this dollar Swiss, because this is interesting. We also had a doji on the dollar Swiss, and you can tell that we were in kind of a consolidation here. Especially because, we have price repeatedly bouncing off the upside and then now off the lower side as well. But you know what? It hasn't retraced. Usually when we come to an area of resistance like this, we see price bounce right off of it, and it's rejected by the market. That has not happened here on this dollar Swiss at all. So we could be gearing up. We could be looking at a continuation pattern that's setting up to potentially move us up here to the upside. Right now, we're kind of ambiguous. It's a very ambiguous signal. There's really no way to tell of what direction it really wants to go. here. So the market seems to be ambivalent here as well. So what we're going to look for is most likely is we're going to look for cues from the euro dollar, which I think is maybe a bit clearer for us. As far as the dollar Swiss is concerned, we do have this big reversal candle that formed here, just a buy bias candle, and then this doji. So I mean, honestly, there's not much I can say about it here besides the fact that price has not retraced. It has not withdrawn from that 200 MA, and that does tell us something. So watch for that move to the upside to maybe potentially continue. All right, so that's the dollar Swiss, and we're currently flat there. Pound dollar's not giving us a signal yet. We do have a change from green to red, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, because at some point we need to follow this trend line. So we're looking to potentially get back to this trend line. We have pulled away. There's angle and separation as far as, or separation I should say, as far as where the pound dollar is price action concerned, relative to the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA. So we've got to look for price potentially to retest some upper levels, and then if the pound dollar wants to continue to move down, clearly we can continue to see that move to the downside on the pound dollar. And the low right now is 1.5067, so 1.5050 is really right in that vicinity of what we should be looking for. So the pound dollar is, still got a sell bias, but we could see a retracement here on the pound dollar before a continuation in one direction or the other. Now the pound yen also gave us a doji. This is interesting. Got a doji on the pound yen. Let's take a look if there's anything else going on here. Definitely stopped at an area of support there. We already had it drawn, as you can see here, 137.50. Price went down to 137.81. Bounced right off of it, headed to the upside, bounced right off the upside as well, and it's kind of hanging out. We do have a change from red to green here. It's a little bit low, so we can't take that buy. So we're not going to take a buy here from the pound yen, and it is a doji, so it really isn't really telling us very much about the market at this point. One second, guys, as I check out this chart really quickly. All right, sorry. Just taking a look at my charts there. I really don't see much on this pound yen. I was expecting to see something else besides this area of support at the bottom here. And so basically we're going to be looking for basically there's a range here so far that's setting up between 137.50 and 140.50. So let's wait and see what price does here as it sets up, and that's what we're going to have to wait for. We do have a change from red to green. That is not valid. It's just too low, too much sell pressure, and because of that, we will not take a buy. And that's that. Aussie dollar here. Aussie dollar actually reaches another low here, but it's bouncing off of basically the same area. So 1.0200 is a very strong area of support and resistance for price right now, and that's where it's hanging out. It's not doing anything else there, but just kind of hanging out there. As far as that's concerned, as far as looking at a channel here, we're at the bottom of the channel, and we can look for price action to push to the upside perhaps, but the reality of the situation is that we're at key levels of support, and we'll have to see where the market goes from here, honestly, to confirm a move, because this candle does not confirm any movement at all. So we don't have any confirming movement. There's nothing to say about this besides nothing to say about it at this point. And so we can only wait and see what happens. We could see price continue to move down to sell off. We could see it form a buy bullish candle, which we don't have a bullish candle at this point. Now we do have a change from green to red. It is valid. It would give you a sell on this Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar sell. It's looking for about 100 pips or so, 107 pips on this stop loss and on the take profit from where we are right now at 1.0226. So stop loss would be at 1.0333 plus the spread, 138 perhaps, 1.0338, and then our take profit's going to be at 1.0119. It looks like. Euro yen. Euro yen is doing the very same thing. We have a doji sitting right on that 50 MA, and this is it's a hesitation bar. It's telling us that the market is in hesitation. It wants to know what to do at this point of decision. So it hasn't made a decision yet. So we're kind of hanging out at these areas. If you notice that all of these dojis are formed at very strong areas of support and resistance. Points of decision is what we call them. 50, the support and resistance, horizontal lines, trend lines, etc. So we're seeing a lot of that on these pairs, especially right now on the euro yen. And we don't have a trade currently on the euro yen. All right, let's take a look at our 4-hour trades quickly. If I can change the position here. All right, so looking at this FxEdge Quattro, FxEdge Quattro has done actually very, very well for us. Beautiful sell trade at the top here. Very good return there. Then we had another change from green to red. It gave us another sell. This one was quite big. Okay, you can see that price did retrace against us up about 50 or 60 pips. We're still in the trade. It has gone down in our direction, 42 pips. So we're currently like flat in the market looking at this trade. We are still in a trade. We have positions open, but they're just currently not either in profit nor loss at this point. We'll have to wait and see where the market carries us from here. But the FxEdge Quattro is certainly poised for something. Good thing that we had this big stop loss here on this particular trade, so we were able to take whatever the market wanted to give us on the other side. All right, so taking a look at our IBO Rev candles, basically we have not had, well, let's see, we have an IBO 4 hour. So as far as the IBO Rev is concerned, we don't have a trade, so we're flat in the market on that. It has done very, very well in 2012, and now in 2013 it has roared as well. It has done very well. So now I'm going to take a look at our IBO 3. All right, so the IBO 3, we were looking for some form of a breakout here, and we did. We got a breakout of about 40. We're looking just not that much, about 5 or 10 pips here, and it definitely hit, came back in, closed out. So we basically, if you had a 2.5% position, you would have closed out, mitigated the loss at about 0.8%. So about a third of whatever you risked there would end up going to would end up being mitigated here. Okay, so the other portion of it is that we had a stop and reverse. That stop and reverse moved up. It hit its first take profit, which was nice, and you can see that it came back down and closed out at break even. And that's the IBO trade. That's where we are right now. All right, let's take a look at some other stuff. I'm going to start with our triple threat. Triple threat is actually giving us a sell trade right now at this moment. We had a sell right here. Entry is 1.3051. Stop loss is here at the top. You can see that, 131.15. And I think the overall trend is to the downside, and we have been in the downside trend. I think we can rise, that price can rise up against us, against this trade, I should say. But we've got a 70 pip stop, so hopefully it'll hold. And that's what's going on with the triple threat. Thereafter, there is the sniper. So with the sniper, we're currently up about 6.2% here, and what we had here was a beautiful trade to the downside up here. Entry was at 132.12. We saw price drop all the way down. We were able to get out at 130.94, so about 120 pips of profit here on that trade, and so that was a very good thing. And we're only risking 1%, guys, and we're able to walk away from the table with pretty good profit. So that's the ATR sniper. And that's pretty much it. So we've talked about the FxEdge Quattro. We've talked about the IBO Rev, IBO. Talked about the triple threat 3X as well. And we've talked about our STPs. So we basically talked about all the trades that we do have. So if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer those questions for you. Right. You should have a sell on the Aussie dollar, as I mentioned. Whoa. Hi, Jeremiah. How are you? I'm not sure why they told you that. I'm not even aware of that. So please, you know what? Let me take your name and figure out what's going on. All right, I've got it. I'll figure out what's going on there. Let's see here. Sell on the AU, sell on the pound dollar. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, we don't have a sell on the pound dollar right now. See, this is a change from green to red. This bar that it's currently red is currently in a, you know, it's our first bar. It's still open, so we can't take we can't use that trade to take a sell on, okay? Because it's still an open bar. We only trade closed bars. So if you have had that trade, I'm trying to figure out if you're, and the question is, are you trading FxDD? Are you trading another broker? That would answer that question, because feeds are different between brokers. But if you are trading FxDD, you should have very similar readings that I have here. I can't talk about that in this room, Bond. But the triple threat, what are the, okay, particulars, right? All right, let me give you the stop loss, take profit, etc. All right, so the entry is at 1.3050. Stop loss currently is set to, looks like, 1.3117. Take profit is currently set to 1.3016. No problem. All right, guys, thank you very much for your time. I'll be back here tomorrow and Thursday for another edition of the FxEdge Power Hour. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.